Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Rick and Morty, which we'll be getting into today. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, yo.
And Michelle Anderer.
Yo.
Today, Delaney, Michelle, and I are very excited to discuss episode 2 of season 3 of Rick and Morty, Rickmancing the Stone. We'll be recapping it for you today. Rick and Morty is back. Very hype here. Yeah, we'll be getting, even though it's episode 2, the real premiere of the season after our April Fool's Day, technical season premiere. But, it's back, aired, 11:30 last night on Adult Swim, and every Monday night we'll be getting out a Rick and Morty recap here at Overly Animated, and then a second Rick and Morty podcast later in the week. We're all in on this season 3 of Rick and Morty. Check us out at overlyanimated.com. And probably the best way, I would recommend subscribing to us is going to overlyanimated.com, clicking our Rick and Morty iTunes specific feed, or you can just search for, Rick and Morty Overly Animated in your favorite podcatcher or the iTunes or the podcast app or whatever, and then subscribe to us there. You'll get just our Rick and Morty podcast, and there'll be a bunch of those coming up for season 3. So yeah, very excited to get into Rickmancing the Stone here today. Let's get some initial reactions about the episode. What'd you think, Delaney?
We were so wrong. Everything we thought was wrong.
Ignoring how our trailer speculation was wrong. Yeah, true.
Yeah. I loved it. It was like, I just wasn't, I was, my body wasn't ready for the Mad Max, and then Summer was just so great. The episode was just hilarious. I don't know, it just had everything I've kind of been expecting for the season, but kind of all in one episode, which I appreciated. We had Beth, we had Rick being the worst, we had divorce stuff, we had Jerry having an awful time. All of it was good. I just really enjoyed it, and it was just, I'm just glad Rick and Morty's back. It was really good.
There's a lot of Jerry hate. I know you liked that. Yeah.
Oh no,
I
always.
liked that too. It was
My
amazing. Did not disappoint.
It was so good.
As Jerry haters on this podcast, we're very happy by
There are people who aren't Jerry haters. Do they actually?
No, I think everyone's a Jerry. I think that's the point of his character.
The whole point of the show is shit on him.
Yeah, basically. There you go.
That's the point of his character.
I agree. Yeah. Michelle, what did you think of the episode?
I was really surprised by how much I loved it. I can't think of anything bad about it that I was disappointed by. It was consistently good, and there were so many good funny bits. And I thought Summer was particularly well incorporated in this episode. Yeah, oh my god! And at no point was that I don't know, because sometimes with characters that aren't in the limelight, that are more side characters that do something cool, by the end, it's not something will happen and they'll lose that autonomy, but that did not happen at all, and I love that. And yeah, Summer was so good, and the fact that if this divorce thing's gonna be an entire season thing in the background, I really like how they're handling it so far. Yeah, I really liked this episode as a whole.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we're going to get a lot into the divorce and how a big major theme in this episode for sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed Rickmancing the Stone. I think it's a very good episode. It potentially took me a little while to get here. But it's not it continues the episode 1 trend of potentially not being super laugh out loud funny. There's a few great moments, but, just overall, if you take into account everything that's happening here, we're trying to incorporate themes from the divorce. We're really expanding this Mad Max post-apocalyptic premise in ways which are really great. And I just think it turns out overall really, really well. You even get a great sci-fi concept with the robot replacements, which I love those things. I think the standouts are the replacement robots that interact with Beth, Morty's arm, and we'll get into other stuff, but those in particular I think are really good. There's a few just really clever, really funny moments, and just overall so much going on here. Such a really well put together episode with tons happening, and I think potentially, and if you enjoy any aspect of Rick and Morty, I think you got a lot here. Only people I could see being disappointed are ones who just want every episode to be maximum laugh out loud funny, which I think this episode is probably not. But it had its moments, and I think I think sometimes I don't remember that we don't watch Rick and Morty just to be purely funny. It's just the overall experience of the show. So, like that's what I'd say. Like this episode,
Those episodes really like subtly funny too. Like they're like it's hilarious, but like subtly. Like you're like, oh man.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of, I mean, I have tons of quotes written down here, and I didn't necessarily like super laugh at any of them while I was watching, but I think they're all clever, funny, and it just really gets there. Seriously, by third viewing, which I just had for this episode, I don't think I'm gonna get that every week, but I got the three viewings in this week. It was it's still really good, and notice more and more things every time, and just a sign of an episode that a lot went into, and it's really well done. So let's talk like what your standout moment of the episode was. Could be a gag, could be a line, could be just a serious character moment. Does any one thing, Delaney, come to you?
Ooh. I mean, I guess for me it's just the like lampooning of the divorce, like I guess it's like what did they call it? Like the blood bowl, the blood dome. Or
yeah,
whatever.
like the blood dome or something.
Yeah, like whatever. Like it's the Thunderdome.
It's the Thunderdome from Mad Max, but
yeah. But the blood dome. Like when Morty's in there and he's like. Oh, like that line when he's like, "Who wants to be my dad's pussy next?" Like, oh god, my pussy. It's so good, and like just all that, like taking out, like they're being so violent, and I just think that's really funny because they're taking like this very serious topic, but they're not like doing it really in poor taste, but like dealing with the divorce and like, oh, I'm not really dealing with it in like healthy ways.
Yeah,
so I think like that's like probably like. I guess overall, it's just like there's just a lot of like funny digs in the episode. It's hard. Oh, okay. I guess one moment is when whatever his name is, he's the Buckethead dude.
The Buckethead guy, yeah.
When he takes his bucket off.
Yeah.
Like that is like so funny. Just like because like and then
you hate the mustache, don't you?
Yeah. And Summer being like you know like a hat on a hat, like it's so good.
Interesting choice. Yeah, the divorce thing. It's crazy how hard this episode goes down that route. We get reactions for every single character, and all of them are like really intricate, like how they're dealing with it. We even get a Rick saying he's not dealing with it well. Morty, it seems at first like he's handling everything fine, but then as he goes down the rabbit hole with his giant arm, it comes out he's and by the end he settles things in a nice place. And then Summer, of course, the whole thing is her like this is how she's dealing with it. Yeah, by murdering everyone. Yeah, so even Beth, like she's like was this the right move? Is it right for the kids? So they're really treating this like serious character moments, and I was very impressed by that. Michelle, what's your standout moment from the episode?
I'd say my two are one is when at first when the robots like are being very supportive to Beth and telling like her everything she probably wants to hear, and she's just like, I'm gonna go call him now. I can't handle this. Rick's like, wait, what? How did you mess this up, robots? And then also like just when the Mad Max world became like a suburban neighborhood, I just like died. I just like did not see it coming. I was like, oh my god. That gag worked for me really, really well. For whatever reason, I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, just like the whole 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's just like a continued It's like they just keep going on adding stuff in, and you're just civilizing the Mad Max world. It's a really good idea.
Can I have a new number one?
Okay, what's your new number one?
When Morty's like, I'm a real boy, like the Morty boy.
Yeah,
that part was just amazing.
The self-awareness.
I want to run to the stream. I want to taste ice cream, but not like it just go down my throat. Like all of it. Like that entire thing is just like the robots are like everything with the robots is great, but that part I was dead. Like that's when I was like dying, was that part.
Yeah, here's that's okay. Good choice. This is one of my 4 standout moments of the episode. I have very extensive developed thoughts at this point. So that's number 1 is the robot Morty's real boy speech. It's so good. Yeah, that's
so great.
Yeah, the second moment with the robots, just the robots in general really hit really well. But Rick talking to the Summer robot. It's Beth is like, dial it back, Summer, and Rick's like, dial it back, Summer, by 15% and increased dynamic movement by 3. I think that's really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when he did it to Beth.
Yeah, and then
like,
he
that was
tries to,
really good.
Yeah.
well, try crying
But
15% less. Yeah, it's great when he
It was
tries doing
really
it to Beth too. Yes, those are the two best robot moments. Then there's two with Morty's arm. Those are the two big gags for me that really landed, were Morty's arm and the robots. One is the flashback sequence with the arm.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Which is so brilliant
Yeah.
because it's just a played for straight dramatic flashback sequence. The only thing wrong is that you only ever see the arm in frame.
So great.
Yeah, and then the guy like recognizes the arm.
The arm, I know.
How does he know it's
Try to
him?
turn away.
It's
I
really
was
good.
following
Yeah.
orders.
The arm having a flashback sequence. It's so wonderful. And then the last thing is Rick helping Morty to finish off strangling the
right.
guy. Yeah.
Now we're both responsible.
Yeah,
We're both accountable.
Yeah, now we're both accountable. Yeah. Just that's a great Rick and Morty like
Quality.
dynamic
That's what your
moment.
granddad does.
Yeah,
Like,
help you strangle the guy that your weird muscle arm started off.
that your
strangling.
grandfather also caused.
Yeah, that he also caused. Yeah. That's it's those are all really, I thought those were all just like really funny gags, and there's other ones in the episode too, and we'll get into a bunch of them, but yeah, I just I loved we talked about the robots. Yeah, the let's talk more about Morty's giant arm here, which we saw it in the trailer, and we learned that it was Rick was trying to enhance all his body parts, but then Morty just smashes it, or the arm does.
The arm was like, I'm good. I don't think Morty could have handled there being like another one.
Yeah.
Would they each have had different sentience?
Yeah, they
Like-
would. They would have had different goals.
Unless this one was just like the revenge arm.
Yeah, maybe this one was special. Yeah, Rick is like, we're learning new things about muscle memory. That's good. That's good at least. Yeah, so
That was funny.
kind of didn't make any sense, but it's yeah, I do love that. Morty with a giant muscle arm. That's a quality thing, and we go in great directions with that.
I like how it would like talk to him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, with a hand gesture.
Yeah.
Make a
so
fist.
good.
Make a fist if you say yes.
Yeah, that was a good sequence as well. Yeah, I like so it's just everything, the arm killing people in the arena, and then Morty's like, stop, and I was like, yeah, come on.
I like when the arm like taunted, yeah, and then when
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
held like up to Morty's ear, that was really good.
Yeah, that's quality. And yeah, so I thought that was a standout thing from the episode. Kind of random and doesn't have to do with anything, but I guess it's weird because this episode doesn't really. I guess the robots are like the B plot, but to a certain extent not. But also this Morty arm thing is kind of like a B plot. It kind of doesn't have anything to do with anything, but they tie it in really well to the Thunder, not the Thunderdome, but the Blood Dome. Yeah, and
Well, there's kind of three plots going on because like, and it's each
Summer's
one of them having
also-
their like divorce issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Summer also her romancing of
Head guy.
yeah.
What is his name?
Hemorrhage. She
Hemorrhage.
says it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemorrhage is
Hemorrhage?
voiced by
Oh,
Joel
man.
McHale. Yeah, he's wonderful, and it's an interesting name. But yeah, that's a good character. We also have Eli, voiced by Tony Hill from Veep. Eli's the neighbor. But yeah, I think what do we think of the Summer romance? Well, I think this was maybe the weaker of the three. I still like Summer killing everyone, but I don't know. I'm not shipping Summer and Hemorrhage.
Well, no, she's like in high school.
Right, that's the
Like,
thing. This is like this
ugh.
30-year-old guy. Summer's in high
This
school,
is
yeah.
icky. Like when they like made out, I was like, no, like stop. I mean, it's like slightly better because like the Summer like initiated, but it was still like, please don't do this.
Yeah, this is post-apocalyptic Summer only, for sure, yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. Michelle, any thoughts on Hemorrhage X Summer?
It was short-lived, and that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she very quickly leaves at the end, and then they do a parallel of episode 1 with Summer's like, we're gonna spend some time apart, and yeah, so Summer,
I did like how they like played it. Like they didn't make it like awful.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it was good. And then it ties. The best part is when it's part of the 3 weeks later sequence, and
Yes.
we've been watching
I
Blood
was
Dome
a monster
playoffs.
when you met me.
Yeah, they're the
The
monster
blood,
thing.
the Blood Bowl is the playoffs. The Blood Dome playoffs are on.
And the whole monster fight too. Yeah, that's all. It's really good. Yeah. These robots. Let's get back to that. This is kind of like a very basic concept, just like robots replacing them, gaining sentience. But I like kind of going back to the basics in terms of your sci-fi plot for the episode, and I think it's just really simple and done really well. And they have a lot of.
It's
good
just
moments with it.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I just robot Morty gaining sentience and then just being dismantled, like and then him fighting it. Yeah, it's really great. That's such a standout.
And then like Beth didn't notice.
Yeah, Beth absolutely did not notice.
They were playing some like dumb board game.
Yeah, and then she doesn't notice at the end either. It's great.
Oh, there was a line when the robots first get like, oh, we might come back and our clothes will be different, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I just really loved it when Rick like programmed them and he was like, "Summer, what's your deal?" And then like,
Oh yeah.
the way they talk is just incredible.
Yeah, they've
It's so
done
funny.
this before with mocking the way Summer talks. Yeah, I'm like totally like awesome.
And then
yeah,
like Morty was even better.
yeah,
Mhm.
Morty's good
Like,
too.
I'm just totally chill with it, dog.
Yeah,
So good.
it's like yeah, I guess that's how those guys work.
And then he was saying things like sort of, kind of, yeah. It was just great.
Yeah. What do we think of Jerry in this episode? So Jerry is moving out in the beginning, and then we see him at his like.
What was with this dumb puffy jacket?
I
That's-
don't know. Maybe it's a divorce jacket.
It's the divorce jacket.
Maybe
You heard
every
it here
time they'll wear it, that's how you
folks.
know they're still divorced.
I did not notice this, but okay, interesting. And then we go to like the rundown motel where he's staying at the end in the Stinger. Delaney, you must have been a fan of the Loser Wind. We bring that
Oh,
back. up.
well,
That
I
is
have-
so good.
No, okay,
really
so I
like
have to
that.
say, the first time I watched the episode, I had missed the first 5 minutes because, like, my parents had been watching the news, and I went back and watched it later. So, like, I only saw, like, the second Loser, and then I went back and saw the first one. I was like, this is why it's funny. But before I saw that, my girlfriend texted me and was like, back when we did, like, the minor character podcast, I was like, Tanya, what, like, help me. And she was like, I don't know any of these. But she texted me and said, my favorite minor character is the wind that calls Jerry a loser. and I promised, I was like, I'll say this on the podcast.
That's probably.
Yeah.
I assume that'll probably make it onto the Rick and Morty wiki, a minor characters page. Yeah, I
It
think so.
honestly needs to. The wind that calls Jerry a loser.
It sounds like Rick, but it's really just.
Yeah, I
just,
kept waiting for Rick to be revealed, but he wasn't, and that made it funnier to me.
like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just
Yeah,
great.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. What do you think of it, Michelle?
I thought it was so funny. I just love shitting on him.
Like, it's the best.
And he was like already sad because like nobody cared. Like his children all like left to an alternate dimension to like
Beth
not
just,
talk
like,
to him.
shuts the door.
Beth straight up did not care and just left. And then the wind like calls him a loser. It's just like so satisfying.
Like, it's so stupid and
Like
random.
you
but it's
almost feel
perfect.
bad for him if the wind wasn't there, but then like no, it's still funny.
It's so
it's
good.
good.
Like, the fact that it happens twice is the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we think of the coyote at the end eating his
That is so
unemployment
funny.
check?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, that's up there. Like, when we do, like, top stingers again, or have we done it yet? I don't know.
We haven't
But,
done that yet, no.
okay, well, when that, like, this is so funny. Like, this is up there. It's just, oh, you know the difference? Is my suffering your nourishment? And then it howls. It's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of somewhat of a low key stinger relative to others, but the thing wanting to eat his employee, yeah, that's a good gag, and suffering is your nourishment. Yeah, Jerry's sometimes very aware of what's happening, even
Sometimes,
good.
yeah.
yeah. It's,
Did he get the chips out of the mail, or did he have the chips? I still don't understand.
I assume he had them when he walked up. Yeah,
Like,
I guess.
I get chips in the mail because I go to college and they give us weird things when they give us, like, our books.
so
There's,
you
like,
so you
cookies
could
and
relate to
stuff.
Jerry of getting chips
Oh,
in the
like in
mail.
your little mailboxes on campus.
Yeah,
Like chips
like-
in the mail.
But, like, you still shouldn't get chips in the mail, so I just trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, Jerry's moving out. He's like talking about how he can get Beth's lawyer offered to if he wins enough money, help
Or
him sue back.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. Jerry, how do we think Jerry's handling things?
I mean, in
As
the
well
Jerry
as
way.
expected. Yeah, the Jerry
So-
way. Pretty much.
He seemed put together relative to other reactions in the episode.
Well, there's nothing for him to do.
Right,
like,
yeah. Yeah, what do you think of Morty's comment at the end that if Jerry really wanted to, he'd find a way to stay or like to see the kids? What do you think of that?
It's
I mean, I guess it's true, but then it's also like,
It's a little unfair, but he's kind of giving up, but it is a little unfair. But yeah. Anyway,
It's
Well, I mean,
episode
to be
two, though,
fair,
who
like
knows
Jerry
what
did have the
happens.
ultimatum. It's me or your dad. So
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is
Rick
Jerry's fault.
Rick is rude and obnoxious, but we love him.
Really, it is Rick's fault. That's yeah. I mean, clearly he caused
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Yeah. So Jerry.
But it would help if Jerry wasn't like the worst.
Yeah, Jerry made it an ultimatum too, even though it was Rick's like total plan.
Yeah, in the beginning, Jerry comes. Rick says, "Just stay in the driveway. The killbots are live, and I took you off the whitelist." Yeah.
That's pretty good. He steps back.
Rick's done with him already. Yeah. I believe that there are killbots. I absolutely believe that.
No, yeah. Well, we know there are killbots. Haven't we seen them before?
I feel like we have.
Like, I feel like they like got something that was.
We might. There's definitely security measures when they like lock down the house or something. When
Yeah.
they're having the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's related. Also in the beginning, Summer deals with this by ignoring Jerry. And then she says to Rick, who wants to go on the adventure, Rick's like, if you're really that alienated, I'm just as willing to exploit it as the next guy, church, army, or Olympics gymnastics trainer. I thought that's
Yes,
a good standout line.
That's a
good
quality
line.
line.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when he's like, I was ready yesterday. That was a really good line. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So yeah, Summer's dealing with this by ignoring it and then killing people. Yeah, Summer shooting the parallel of the guy from Mad Max. Yeah. Kill me. Okay, but not because you told me to. Yeah, it's really good. And then they're commenting she's acting crazy lately from the divorce. Yeah, it's just a standout Summer episode overall.
This
Yeah,
is
I
what I'm
think
about.
Yeah.
Same.
What do we think of how Mad Max was used in this episode? So we had the Thunderdome joke, we had the Summer killing that guy, we have the Clay Chrome jokes and stuff like that. But I feel like overall, I expected more of a giant Mad Max parody, and this was really just kind of like a place setting.
Well, no, I kind of liked it that it was that because I kind of enjoyed like we were kind of like in the middle of it, and it was just ridiculous. And then because I mean I feel like I like that because I mean that's what's great about Rick and Morty is because like we have like sometimes we have plot, but we have like a bunch of stuff going on at the same time within some ridiculous parody or sci-fi concept because it's just layers of like nonsense. So I enjoyed that it wasn't just a full-on parody because then it would just be like, oh, I'm kind of tired of this. Also, like, I mean, everyone's seen Mad Max, but not everyone's seen Mad Max. For the record, I have seen Mad Max. In case people are like, you're just saying that because you haven't seen it.
I don't think we care about how many people have seen Mad Max.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean, like, it's a good idea to, like, when you do a parody that, you know, it's not just about the parody.
Yeah.
But I think it was really good to have it as a setting and then have it wrapped around all this divorce stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like...
Go ahead, yeah.
I would just say, I really feel like this, like... I know you were hoping for less plot, but I feel like we're definitely going to have some, like, it's woven in there. Mainly the divorce stuff, but that's also, like, kind of a gag and just also for, like, trolling Jerry.
Yeah.
So I just liked it. I liked that it was a setting, and then it was funny. It was a really funny, like, backdrop.
Yeah, I don't think this was, like, a plot episode. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff with the divorce, but I feel like that was more character work, so I definitely was not, I have no opinions that are like too much plot here. Yeah, I was not looking forward to the Mad Max episode because I thought it would just be like, okay, let's do a Mad Max parody. Sure. I guess when they wrote this was a requisite, but the way that they use it, it really isn't vital to the episode.
Also, you can't do a parody of Mad Max really because it's going to be super boring like after like 10 minutes.
It's like, oh yeah, we get it. It's a Mad. Like there's some good references. But I do really like how they incorporated it. It's more of just a setting and just the setup for the episode, and then they do really interesting things with it. I think the best thing they do is the 3 weeks later civilizing the Mad Max society.
Yeah,
that's
really
like the
great.
best concept that they play off of this just Mad Max setup. What do you think, Michelle?
Yeah, I agree with Delaney. I mean, I don't mind that they didn't use like more specific references to any of the movies. I liked that it was like more like in the background and more like the basics of what the civilization was and going from there and making it more personal for like where the characters end up going. So I felt really fine about it. Like sometimes like you see references and it's just like it's trying to make so many inside jokes because of the original source material. It's kind of distracting from whatever else is going on. And that episode didn't have that problem. So I feel really okay about it. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I think this is a good reminder of how smart Rick and Morty is this episode. It's like, oh, they're doing a Mad Max parody episode. It'll be kind of dumb and boring. No, like, the show's not capable of that. The show's going to do interesting things with its, with the things that it's parodying, the concepts. It's never.
Well, it's like Scary Terry, that kind of like.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's never just going to be surface level. Like, yeah, we had a Purge episode last time, but they did really interesting things with it. And this episode is even beyond that. I think we did even more interesting things. We use this as launching points for character moments. We did like kind of interesting sci-fi concepts with it. Yeah, it's the show's never going to just do straight types of parodies like that. So I definitely like the way they use the Mad Max. So we had Thunderdome, that's the Blood Dome. Save it for the Semantics Dome, E.B. White. That was a good line too.
And then like somebody like called back to Rick, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah."
It's like
I don't know what that person said though.
It was like, good one, yeah. That was it was very quick. Tell her you want to stay married or get on with your life. This is Morty dealing with the divorce. Yeah, this was in the dome. Yeah, I think that was a good.
Yeah, when he was like beating people up, and that's when he like kind of was like, "Yeah, I like this."
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, this is my working through the problem. It's from beating people up. Okay, let's do that some more."
Yeah, we have Rick. What do you think of Rick talking to the camera? We'll be right back. More fourth wall breaking. We
gotta have it.
Yeah, our first of the season. How much will there be this time?
We'll do a count.
Yeah, we can do a count.
Yeah, Rick says you need to get home so we can properly deal with your parents' divorce. Kind of blatantly saying what's going on here. Yeah. We had the guy when he crashes through when Rick goes home. My body's chrome, my blood is gasoline. Yeah, he's like, nope, regular blood.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. That was one of the more explicit Mad Max references, but that guy's voice is funny. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Well, just yelling about Chrome is hilarious anyway. So
yeah, Beth having doubts about the divorce. This is the only time we really see like Beth.
No.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Stay strong, Beth.
Stay strong, Beth. Yeah, I don't think she's really having doubts. She's just like
no.
She's just a hard time.
But you know what, though? It also was like a moment when Rick was kind of like worried about like the fact that he propelled all this. He's like, "Oh shit, no! Believe that it's fine. Believe that it's a good choice. Like, don't worry about it." Because like I feel like that's gonna get bigger in the season.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I feel like Rick's like feeling responsible for the outcome of this is going to grow exponentially too.
Yeah. I don't know if I buy that Rick was really concerned. But you know, you can never really.
Well,
tell.
I mean, the more about the like jeopardization of like his grandmaster.
Yeah,
that
I buy.
Yeah.
that part. It's screwing up his thing. Yeah. So, it'd be nice to see more Rick comforting Beth moments like this, or then maybe we'll see the real flashback.
It's like comforting. It's just like, I don't know. It was a gamble. Like, as smart as Rick is, it was a gamble to like, you know, encourage this breakup to happen, and there's going to be more falling out, I imagine, through the season. And so I think he could feel more responsible. He might not feel bad about it, but I think like there's more coming.
Yeah. We'll track how Rick reacts to all this. Maybe this will tie back into his depression kind of plot arc that we've been having through the first 2 seasons. I assume we'll bring that back at some point, so that'll be interesting. We talked about the robots dinner. So we a random section when we go into the castle.
Oh yeah, I was like, no wonder we couldn't figure.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with anything.
Medieval like atmosphere. That was really weird.
Yeah. What do we think of the guy that caused Armathy? He names it Armathy, the arm. The guy's like slave.
Is that supposed to be like Timothy? Oh my god, I just figured that out.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't realize
that is so dumb. Okay,
I think the slavery was a family business guy.
Yeah. Well, and he had a genital washer and a taint washer.
Yeah,
that's the important part.
They can't mix it up. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh my god.
I like that guy. That was good. That was great. That was solid.
I didn't really catch that until like the second time. Like the first time I watched it, I heard genital washer, but the second time I was like, oh, he said taint too, because I was like, oh, now this is like extra funny.
Genital and taint washer. Yeah.
I didn't get it until the second time.
Yeah. It's then we choke that guy. I think your arm just called it too early because it wasn't the arm of a paramedic. I like that line too.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. No, they're both accountable. Yeah. So that whole castle sequence, very bizarre.
Yeah, no, it was weird.
And noted not tied to the piano sequence.
I liked the when Morty and him and Armathy have the aside and then they hug. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I enjoy the Morty plus the Morty and his arm friendship and Armathy. Yeah.
Top 5 moments of the episode, honestly, one of them has to be when Armathy like wipes Morty's tears.
Oh
so
yeah.
great. That was incredible.
And like when he puts the single finger on his lips.
I know.
Like, no,
so
we
good.
gotta do this.
So
were you shipping it, Delaney? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not shipping it. No, we're not gonna talk about this because this could go south real quick. Oh man. Anyway, I just like.
By the way, Morty, they do the concept of Morty with a giant arm, and it's not a masturbation joke. Like what?
Can we think about the like?
How did they
control that to it?
Yeah, like how did they never do one joke with that?
Okay. There had to be one they probably like had written in, and they're like, we got to take it out because they were like, we have to.
Isn't that the entire point of that concept? That's what we talked about on the trailer speculation podcast.
That's
like,
what we talked about in the trailer, but like I don't feel disappointed, and I'm kind of glad the arm like it didn't turn out to be like evil, and that's why like Morty couldn't have it anymore. Like he helped the arm get revenge. Like that's like a really great plot I can get behind. Like he and the arm became bros.
Yeah, I really love what they do with the arm. Yeah.
Also, you can't they already had like the epitome of the masturbation joke with the sex robot. So like there doesn't they can't like there's no point in trying anymore. Like they already
you have this
peaked.
adolescent character. Like you're gonna do more. I just stuns that they didn't do it.
You're just so
That's
shocked.
the biggest shocker of the episode.
Well, it's gonna come another time, and we're not expecting it. We're like, oh man.
Yeah, maybe Armathy will come back. Maybe. Yeah, we talked about the 3 weeks later. The whole thing with the isotope as just kind of the sci-fi setup. And then at the end, Rick can't help him. So he can't leave them with the really small isotope. He has to take it and collapse their civilization. Very, very Rick.
Yeah, no, very in character. Yeah. The most Rick.
But things have not changed. He's still a asshole. Yeah.
I love like Hemorrhoids just being like no, because like just because the TV was probably out, he just like bugged out.
So good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's that's good. Any comments on the isotope Delaney as a sci-fi trope here?
I mean, it's great. And then I really just appreciated like the numbers. He just kept spouting off isotope numbers, and then later Morty's like, yeah. Like it's just, and
Morty remembered it.
Yeah, Morty recites it back really later. Funny. Yeah. Morty's getting good at this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah. No, one of my favorite lines of the episode, it's just so stupid, is when Rick was like, yeah, he's like, no, it's like a whole bunch of that stuff I had a boner for a chip of. Like that was really funny. Yeah. I just really liked that line.
Yeah.
A hard on, that's what he said.
Yeah,
hard on, yeah.
It's the Summer dealing with it later. She's like, can I go visit Dad? And Beth's like, sure. Interesting. So Summer, maybe we resolve Summer's angst in this episode. What do we think? In
a very interesting, hilarious way.
Yeah, I definitely how they dealt with that really good. Morty says he's got his life, I've got mine. Morty seems dealt with too for now. So they seem stable now about it.
Yes. So it'll probably be like we'll have
else.
They'll be like, well, we have to get through Pickle Rick. Like, there's no time for distractions when Pickle Rick is going on, and then like. We'll revisit it. Like, well, Jerry has to show up and like fuck shit up. So
yeah.
We can just leave Jerry there. Like that won't be fun.
Yeah, no. And
if we want more fun to this Jerry, we have to incorporate him somehow into the plot.
I still maintain that Pickle Rick, like Morty, is getting back from like the court proceedings.
Oh.
Yeah, it still seems like that. I agree. Some sort of court proceedings. Yeah. Why is Morty dressed up so formally in the preview for next episode?
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. So probably our angst dealt with for now, probably. Yeah, Pickle Rick needs no distractions with this character work. It he's going to be full on absurdity. I agree.
Like, you can't, like, there is no room for anything else. Yeah. Like, it's Pickle Rick. Yeah. Like, what else? Like, no.
Yeah, at the end, so with Summer visiting Jerry, a reminder not to look back, that whole thing.
That was so, okay. Tanya had a, important question, which I'm not sure I know the answer to either. So, is that like a face tattoo? Because she changed clothes.
Yeah,
and it's still there. Is this permanent? Like,
I would be shocked if it was still there next episode. Is what I would say.
I mean, they can always like be like they removed it or whatever. Yeah. But
I don't know. I think it was. I assume it was not a permanent tattoo. But even if it was, she could just ask Rick to remove it. So
right.
Yeah. Not a big deal. But yeah, I like the keeping the remnants of it. Kind of like a symbolic thing for a character, what she's been through. We have the lots of hookers outside. Is that what they are? Line with Jerry. Yeah. Jerry totally wouldn't know that. Yeah. So agree.
Was that what they are?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. And also in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random lines we haven't mentioned yet. Summer in the beginning with carping all them DMs.
And then like high-fiving Rick.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Readings what lame people do.
Yeah, that was good.
Shoot the Mohawk guy. They all have Mohawks. Some of the Deathstalkers are going to what used to be Seattle to hunt what used to be people. I'm going. Good. Sounds good. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah. Oh, I want to know that, like, they got their color wrong. Chartreuse is green.
Okay, Delaney.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's just your TV.
Because I also thought that, no, it was pink. There's no, because I always thought chartreuse was a shade of pink.
I mean, I don't think Rick
Rick
would know what that was, though, so I don't know if Rick...
No, it's just funny,
Interesting.
I just noticed. I'm going to spread my knowledge.
Okay, your color knowledge.
I appreciate the color knowledge. Thanks, lady.
Yeah. We had this whole scene of them like going off to like shoot the human remains. They had a whole like mythology aspect of that we didn't even get into. Yeah.
I think that. Yeah.
Did you all your wordy book? Like that was
good.
That was a really good
dictionary.
Yeah, they're just building up that whole mythology there, and also these guys are cannibals too because they're eating the human flesh later. So
like he spits it out. That was good.
Underreported story, them being cannibals for sure. Probably I would assume that they were Rick and Morty at some point. They were there for a while. I mean, I don't know. Kind of interesting, but we talked about that. The weird guys on.
No, they'll just portal and they can go to McDonald's. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. They were there to avoid. Rick's like, there's like a limit on how long you can stay in a place avoiding problems at the end. So I think they're.
He said like 5 years, 7 tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I just expedited the process.
Yeah. The weird guys on leashes are more like interns.
That was good.
The guys. Do you want to call? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that was good.
Just leaves. They're getting pissy.
Yeah. Enjoyed that, and then that's all I got. Okay, cool. Overall, so would you say, well, for anything I'm missing? Any moments?
Oh, we need to talk about Sum being said twice.
Okay, yeah, Rick.
It was great and amazing.
Rick calling her Sum. Is that her
That's
nickname
so
now?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with it.
It's very endearing. I approve
it's so
of it
funny.
Too. Yeah.
Well, the fact that he said it twice, like that's the best part. I'm like, is this gonna be a thing? Please, it's so good.
I think that's the thing.
Sum.
Yeah, it's a good point. We'll track that throughout the season if it comes back up. Overall, what would you say about this episode of Rick and Morty? Kind of an above average, or below average episode, Delaney?
I mean, I don't think it's quite average. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I think it's really funny and clever, and not just the like superficial like base level. Like I think for a parody episode, and then like they're dealing with the divorce, and there was just a lot of like running pieces, and honestly just alone for the robots, I think it's above average. Like it was just so funny.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed it. And just for my pure enjoyment, like I think it was great. I'm not sure if I'd put it like I don't think I'd say top 5. I think I'd say top 10. I don't know. That's a hard list.
There are only 23 episodes of the show, but yeah.
Yeah. They're all up there. It's fine.
Okay. What about you, Michelle? Average, below average, above average?
I would say above average. I think this is one of those episodes that's like wholly satisfying, which I think can be like harder to achieve than you might think, because there are episodes that have like very amazing standout moments that are also coupled with parts that like I'm not so crazy about working. Yeah. And then but this is like consistently really like clever, consistently utilizes like things I really love, and has like a handful of really standout moments all at once. So like this is like a very like a rewatch worthy episode for me. So I would consider it like above average quality. Even though like the Rick and Morty scale of quality is like its own thing in general, like I would say it's above average just because it's like wholly satisfying in that way.
So it just came together really well for you. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, like all the points. Like there weren't any like man, like I really wish they could have done this more. Like I didn't have any of those feelings watching it. So
there's no like mediocre B plot here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all just like really nice and good. I feel like that's harder to accomplish than like you might think.
So they got rid of Jerry.
Yeah, that's why he was like barely in it.
Yeah, no less.
Just enough.
Mean to Jerry, good episode. That's the conclusion here.
Always.
Yeah, I think this is about an average episode, maybe a little bit above average. which is not a bad. I mean, the average Rick and Morty episode is excellent, so this is not me. I'm not dismissing the episode. I think this is a very good episode.
Like the Rick and Morty scale is like a lot bigger and like higher up than.
Yeah, I think this is straddling my line. I have like I basically have an upper tier of episodes and a lower tier of episodes. The lower tier episodes are still great, but I think this is right in the middle, and I'm not sure which tier to put it in. But probably the very top of the second tier. But still really enjoyed it. This is a lot better than I was expecting from a lot of aspects of this. Yeah, so I'm impressed. Very much looking forward to Pickle Rick. We saw the preview, which was the extended sequence of Morty talking to...
Just be impressed.
Stop digging for hidden layers and just be impressed. They're talking to us. I'm like, why? Why are they doing this? Stop this stuff.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, so we already addressed the question. So we'll see how Pickle Rick is handled. Any final thoughts, Michelle?
I'm really excited for the next
Excited
episode.
for Pickle Rick? Okay.
Yeah, the hype's real. It's been building for a while.
Yeah. I'm predicting Pickle Rick is going to be, I mean, how could it be good? How could this have, I mean, I guess because it's Rick and Morty, that's why.
How could it be good? I mean, it's going to be memorable.
It'll certainly be
whatever.
memorable.
I know.
I don't doubt that.
I'm gonna put my little flag down. The Pickle Rick is gonna be incredible. Like this episode's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Like I'm ready for this episode.
Yeah, is that your final thought? Pickle Rick will be incredible.
I mean, this is gonna be Tiny Rick like on crack. Like I'm ready. Like Tiny Rick is like my favorite thing, and this is gonna be
Tiny
amazing.
Rick fermented and turned into a pickle.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I think I'm not the biggest fan of Tiny Rick, so maybe that's influencing why.
I love Tiny Rick. Like there's like
Tiny Rick was great. I will get mad if the whole episode's like him being like, "I'm Pickle Rick, woo! I'm still Pickle Rick, yeah!" Like if stuff actually happens.
But as we
he like has like rat body parts.
Yeah.
And, like,
spoilers for the spoilers.
It's gonna be memorable,
From the trailer,
no matter like anything else is unclear. But like,
I think as we learned with this Mad Max episode that they're not just gonna do the standard; they're gonna go above it. So
he's a pickle.
Yeah.
Like this is just gonna be the start.
We'll see. So this it'll all happening next week on Rick and Morty and on our podcast coverage of Pickle Rick. Be there when we see Delaney reacting to Pickle Rick. That's the highlight. Okay.
that reason.
No, and the real reaction, like my mom watched with me, and she's like, "This show is absurd." So we're gonna wait for her reaction to Pickle Rick. Like,
Have you primed her?
What are you watching?
Is she going cold, Delaney?
What?
Yeah.
Have you primed your mom for Pickle Rick, or she's
seen the preview for Pickle Rick.
Okay.
That's it.
I think Pickle Rick should be people's first episode of Rick and Morty. I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
Recommend blindly without actually having seen it. I love it.
It'd be better if we didn't know, like, from the trailer, that stuff was happening.
All we knew was, like, he was a pickle.
Yeah, that's what we should, but we have higher expectations now. Okay. So check us out, overlyanimated.com. That's all for this. Make sure you subscribe to us wherever you're listening. YouTube, subscribe to us there. Our iTunes feed, find all our links at overlyanimated.com. If you enjoyed this, consider supporting us on Patreon. That'd help a lot for our season-long coverage of Rick and Morty. Patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, John, aka Garfield. And thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, and Andy. We'll be back with a second Rick and Morty podcast. We'll get some fresh opinions on the episode. I will be... we'll have a game show type thing. We'll see how that goes with some people later in the week. So check that out, overlyanimated.com. And we have a bunch of coverage coming up, including a Voltron Legendary Defender coming up at the end of this week. So it's all happening here in the animation world. Rick and Morty, Voltron, different sides of the coin, but good stuff happening. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to check us out. Let me know what you thought. Comments anywhere. We really appreciate them. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.